A country where you could live comfortably on a monthly pension of only about $2,500, but also a place that may shock you when you learn that a controversial bride market still exists in modern Europe. This is Bulgaria, where roses are compared to liquid gold, yogurt has become a source of national pride, and ancient cities still preserve traces of thousands of years of history. But behind that peaceful image are customs, secrets, and contradictions that very few travelers truly understand. Before we begin, please subscribe to support the channel, hit the like button if you enjoy journeys that explore the world, and comment below to tell us whether you would want to live in a country like Bulgaria. Number 10. Bulgaria, an ancient country at Europe's crossroads. Before England was formed, and when the Americas were still a distant land not yet explored by Europeans, Bulgaria had already emerged as a powerful kingdom in southeastern Europe. This country covers about 43,000 square miles, almost the same size as the U.S. state of Virginia. Under the leadership of Khan Asparuh, Bulgaria was officially founded in 681 AD, at a time when much of Europe was still a land of scattered tribes. Over the centuries, Bulgaria passed through the glorious age of its Tsars, then lived under Ottoman rule for 500 years. Even as history changed direction again and again, the name Bulgaria survived for more than 13 centuries, standing as a rare mark on the map of Europe. Located between two continents, Bulgaria became a bridge between Asia and Europe. This position turned the country into a strategic center for trade, and also a transit route for oil and gas moving from Russia, the Caspian Sea, and the Middle East toward Western Europe. But that same location also made Bulgaria a buffer zone in many conflicts. When trade brought prosperity, war could arrive suddenly and sweep away what had just been built. Along the eastern coast, Bulgaria today shows a softer image. Golden beaches by the Black Sea attract visitors with a beauty that feels close to the Mediterranean, but at a much more affordable cost. After many periods of turmoil, the country has gradually become one of Europe's peaceful destinations. In the capital city of Sofia, visitors find a green, safe, and comfortable city to live in. It is known for dense trees, fresh air, and natural hot mineral springs right in the center. Locals and travelers can collect mineral water to drink every day, as a familiar part of city life. On the streets, Bulgaria also leaves an impression through the unique beauty of its people. Bulgarian women carry the sharp elegance of Eastern Europe, blended with the deep eyes often associated with the Mediterranean region. Number 9. Bulgaria, when marriage becomes a negotiation. In the heart of modern Europe, Bulgaria still preserves a tradition that many travelers find hard to believe: the bride market of the Khanty community in Stara Zagora. This is a long-standing custom, usually held 4 times a year during major Eastern Orthodox holidays. Here, families bring their daughters to meet potential grooms in a setting that feels part festival and part public marriage negotiation. At the market, girls between 15 and 20 years old wear elegant dresses, eye-catching jewelry, and sometimes even gold teeth to show their family's financial condition. They appear before the crowd and dance around parked cars while both families watch closely. For this community, marriage is not simply a matter between two young people. It is also tied to honor, bloodline, and family status. According to tradition, a girl who is believed to be a virgin may lead the groom's family to pay anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000. Even poor families may borrow money in order to marry a suitable bride. If, after the wedding night, the groom believes the bride is no longer a virgin, her family may be forced to return the bride price and could be shunned by the community. Because of that pressure, some families make their daughters leave school early in order to limit contact with boys from outside the group. Today, the Khanty community has only about 18,000 people left. They follow a rule against marrying outsiders, so marriage within the community is still very common. The Bulgarian government has intervened many times, but this tradition has not disappeared. In recent years, social media has started to change the way young people meet. Many couples already know each other and have agreed before their families appear at the market. Because of that, the event now feels more like a public introduction than a place where a marriage is decided from the beginning. Even so, although the form has changed, the Khanty bride market remains a controversial window into honor, personal choice, and the distance between tradition and modern life. Number 8. Bulgarian rose oil, a treasure of the world's perfume industry. In Bulgaria's Kazanlak Valley, there is a kind of liquid gold so precious that many high-end cosmetics and perfume brands are willing to pay a very high price to obtain it. Rose oil. For beauty experts, this is not just a luxurious scent, but also a highly valued ingredient known for its purity and its ability to soothe the skin. Just a few drops of this oil in a small bottle of serum can raise the product's price by hundreds of dollars. What makes Bulgaria so special is that the country currently supplies about 85% of the world's rose oil. In the international perfume industry, Bulgarian rose is considered an almost essential ingredient in many premium fragrances. One famous example often mentioned is Chanel No. 5, the legendary perfume associated with layers of elegant and refined scent. But to create this expensive oil, local people must follow a very strict process. Roses are picked by hand, starting at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and the work must be finished before 10 o'clock. When the sun rises higher, the amount of oil inside the petals drops quickly, causing the purest fragrance to fade away. For that reason, petals still covered with morning dew must be taken for distillation almost immediately in traditional copper stills. The rose variety grown here is Rosa damascena, which originated in the Damascus region of the Middle East and was brought to Bulgaria in the 17th century. To extract 1 kilogram of pure rose oil, producers need about 3.5 to 4 tons of fresh petals. This rarity is what pushes the price of 1 kilogram of Bulgarian rose oil to around $11,000 to $17,000. When measured by small grams, its value can be far higher than pure gold. For Bulgaria, roses are not only a symbol of beauty, but also a real treasure growing from the soil. Number 7. Bulgaria, Europe's low-cost paradise. With about $2,500 a month, many retirees in the United States still have to think carefully about every expense. But in Bulgaria, that same amount can offer a much easier way of life. This country has one of the lowest costs of living in Europe, at only about 1/3 of what people may spend in many Western European countries. Because of that, Bulgaria is attracting more retirees from the United States, the United Kingdom, and Russia, especially those who want to live comfortably without spending too much money. Beyond affordable prices, Bulgaria also has a flat personal income tax rate of 10%, one of the lowest in the European Union. With a monthly budget of about $2,500, you can rent a home, get around, eat well, and enjoy daily life without heavy financial pressure. In the capital city of Sofia, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center may cost only about $250 a month. You can also rent an apartment with a mountain view in the town of Bansko. If you live in the suburbs or in a smaller city, housing costs can be even lower. Getting around major cities is also quite convenient. The subway is clean, safe, and punctual, with tickets costing about $1 per ride. Buses and trams cover the city widely, while an intercity train ride across the Balkan Mountains may cost only about $14. What is surprising is that even though Bulgaria is not among Europe's strongest economies, the internet here is fast and stable. For only about $11 a month, you can already get a good quality connection. Food at local markets is also much cheaper than many visitors expect. Juicy pink tomatoes may cost only about $1.70. A simple local meal often ranges from $2 to $6, and a full meal in a nicer restaurant may cost only about $10 to $15. For many people, Bulgaria raises a powerful question. Can a slower life, with less financial pressure, really exist right in the middle of Europe? If you are enjoying this journey, please take 1 second to subscribe. It helps our videos reach more people, and it also tells us that you want to see more stories like this. Every subscription gives our team another reason to keep improving, to search for more fascinating countries, and to bring you episodes that are even more worth watching. Thank you so much. Now, let's continue exploring Bulgaria. Number 6. Bulgaria. Strange facts few people know. When visiting Bulgaria, travelers may face a cultural barrier that is both fascinating and easy to misunderstand. In many countries, nodding means yes, and shaking the head means no. But in Bulgaria, this can be the other way around. A nod may mean no, while a shake of the head may be understood as yes. This custom is often said to date back to the Ottoman period, when Bulgarians were pressured to give up their religion and identity. According to folk stories, they could nod as if they were accepting the order of their rulers, while silently saying no in their hearts. Today, in major tourist areas such as Sofia or Sunny Beach, many locals have become more familiar with international communication styles. Even so, this difference can still confuse visitors and sometimes creates funny situations. Beyond communication, Bulgaria also surprises many people with its role in the history of writing. Many travelers often think the Cyrillic alphabet came from Russia. In reality, this writing system is closely connected to Bulgaria. In the 9th century, at the Preslav Literary School under Tsar Simeon I, Cyrillic was developed and refined. When Bulgaria joined the European Union, Cyrillic became the bloc's third official alphabet, alongside Latin and Greek. When it comes to ancient treasures, Bulgaria also has an incredible story. In 1972, a worker accidentally discovered an ancient burial site more than 6,000 years old near Varna. In grave number 43, archaeologists found such a large amount of gold that it changed the way the world looked at prehistoric Europe. Bulgaria is also the homeland of Baba Vanga, the blind prophet who became famous around the world. She once lived in Rupite, a quiet village near an extinct volcano and hot springs. Today, her house has become a museum, attracting many curious visitors who come to learn about her life and her mysterious predictions. Number 5. Bulgaria, the true soul of yogurt. Greece may be the name that many people think of first when they hear about yogurt, but for Bulgarians, the true soul of this food belongs to their homeland. Local people call it kiselo mliako. Unlike Greek yogurt or mass-produced industrial products, kiselo mliako is fermented as a whole inside each small individual container. This method creates a clear, refreshing sour taste, a smooth but delicate texture, and a pale yellow, nutrient-rich liquid that often rests on the surface. In local supermarkets, a standard container of kiselo mliako of about 400 grams may cost only around 65 cents. But a low price does not mean it is ordinary. The secret lies in the bacterial strain Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which is considered the heart of Bulgarian yogurt. What makes it special is that this bacterium grows best in Bulgaria's natural microclimate. If the starter culture is taken to the United States or France, It may gradually change and lose its original qualities after only a few generations. That is why, to make authentic Bulgarian yogurt abroad, many producers must import live starter culture directly from Bulgaria. For people in the Balkans, kiselo mleko is not just an everyday food. It is also seen as a secret to health and long life. Bulgarians value yogurt like a national treasure. They eat it to calm the stomach, to help after food poisoning, to recover after drinking alcohol, and sometimes even use it like a natural cream to soothe skin after sunburn. Alongside yogurt, Bulgaria is also proud of its white cheese, sirene. If the Greeks are famous for feta, Bulgarians see sirene as an essential flavor in their meals. The best sirene is often made from sheep's milk or goat's milk from animals raised naturally in the mineral-rich Rhodope Mountains. After being soaked in brine, the cheese becomes soft and crumbly, with a clear, salty taste, a gentle richness, and a flavor that is very hard to forget. Number 4. Bulgaria. From ancient wine to rich, flavorful dishes. Bulgaria is one of the oldest wine regions in the world, with a history stretching back thousands of years. In the 1980s, this country was once the fourth largest wine producer in the world. After a decline during the 1990s, Bulgaria's wine industry is slowly coming back to life. Instead of chasing large production and cheap prices, many winemakers have started focusing on quality, local identity, and more premium bottles. If you visit Bulgaria, you should try red wines such as Mavrud, Rubin, or Melnik 55. For white wine, red Misket, Tamianka, and Dimyat also leave their own memorable impression. In the town of Melnik, visitors can step into wine cellars carved deep into the cliffs, where the smell of wood, earth, and fermenting grapes creates an unforgettable atmosphere. In Bulgarian cuisine, the most iconic dish is shopska salad. This dish appears everywhere, from simple local eateries to elegant restaurants. It may look simple, but shopska is like a Bulgarian flag served on a plate, the white of sirene cheese, the green of cucumber, and the red of ripe tomatoes. Locals often eat it with rakia, a strong spirit distilled from grapes or plums. Another dish worth trying is banitsa, a baked pastry made from thin layers of phyllo dough, rolled together with eggs, local yogurt, and sirene cheese. When it comes out of the oven, the golden, crispy outer layers contrast with the soft, rich, and slightly salty filling inside. Bulgarians often eat banitsa with ayran, yogurt diluted with water and salt, or drink it with boza, a fermented barley drink with a sweet and sour taste. Finally, there is shkembe chorba, a famous tripe soup made with garlic, vinegar, and paprika. The beef tripe is simmered for many hours with fresh milk, butter, and spices to create a rich, spicy broth with a very strong aroma. Bulgarians often add a few spoonfuls of pickled garlic directly into the bowl. This dish can warm you up quickly, but if you are getting ready for a date, it may be better to save it for another day. Number 3. Bulgaria. Travel warnings you should not ignore. In Bulgaria, even a taxi ride of only about 6.2 miles can cost travelers hundreds of dollars if they are not careful. Although the country is generally quite safe, taxi scams are still something you should know about before arriving. Some drivers use yellow cars that look almost like official taxis, copy company logos very carefully, and approach travelers at the airport or in crowded areas. If you get into the wrong car, the driver may lock the doors, drive around in circles, and then demand a fare 5 to 10 times higher than normal. For that reason, avoid taxis that do not display clear price lists on the windows. A safer option is to book through trusted apps such as Yellow or Taxi Me, instead of randomly stopping a car on the street. Another thing to remember is that Bulgaria is a member of the European Union, but it still does not use the euro. The official currency here is the elev. In Sofia, Plovdiv, and other major cities, credit cards are widely accepted. But if you plan to travel to rural areas, smaller towns, or remote destinations, bring some cash with you to avoid trouble when buying food, paying for parking, or using local services. If you rent a car, you should also be prepared. Major highways are usually in fairly good condition, but many roads in the suburbs or remote areas may be worn down, full of potholes, and not always easy to drive on. Hitting a pothole can damage a tire, bend a wheel rim, or interrupt your trip in the middle of the road. Overall, Bulgaria is still a destination worth exploring, but travelers should not be too careless. In crowded areas such as central markets or bus route 84 to the airport, pickpocketing can happen. Thieves often use thick jackets or large maps to block your view, then quickly take your wallet or phone. When walking through a crowd, keep your belongings close to your body. Wear your backpack in front, and always stay aware of your surroundings. Number 2. Bulgaria. Strange festivals of fire, ice, and copper bells. You may find it hard to believe when you see dancers walking barefoot over glowing embers hotter than 400 degrees Celsius, almost without getting burned. This is Bulgaria's ancient ritual known as Nesti Narstvo, recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. The ritual takes place on the night of June 3rd in a remote village deep in the Stranza Mountains. In the red glow of the fire, the dancers hold sacred icons, enter a trance-like state, and calmly step onto the burning coals. What shocks viewers is that after several minutes of continuous dancing, their feet still show no blisters and no smell of burned skin. Beyond fire, Bulgaria also has tests of courage in the middle of winter. Every year on January 6th, the old town of Kalifer holds an ice bathing ceremony to celebrate Epiphany. Even when temperatures can fall to -15 degrees Celsius and the Tunja River is almost frozen, locals still break the ice and wade into the freezing water up to their chests. Hundreds of men dressed in traditional clothing link arms in large circles, singing while dancing the horo in the icy river. The climax comes when the priest throws a wooden cross into the water. The crowd immediately rushes forward to retrieve it, because they believe the person who touches the cross will receive health and good luck in the new year. By late January, the town of Pernik becomes the stage for the Serva festival, where people dress as kukeri to drive away evil spirits. They wear strange fur costumes, fierce masks, and copper bells tied around their waists that can weigh 30 or 40 kilograms. When thousands of kukeri dance together, stamp their feet on the ground, and turn their bodies to the rhythm of the drums, the sound of metal bells rings out fiercely, as if shaking the entire space. For Bulgaria, festivals are not only about celebration. They are also a way for people to preserve faith, courage, and ancient memories that have survived through many generations, still quietly living inside everyday life today. Number 1. Bulgaria. Hidden wonders between mountains, sea, and ancient cities. Although Bulgaria is not a very large country, it has many destinations that surprise travelers, from ancient monasteries in the mountains to lively beaches and some of the oldest cities in Europe. Deep inside a gorge, Rila Monastery is the largest and most sacred monastery in the country. From the outside, it looks like a fortress surrounded by mountains and forest. But once you step inside, you will see walls covered with brilliant frescoes. The monastery also preserves the Rila Cross, a wooden masterpiece only about 81 centimeters tall. On this small cross, a monk carved 104 scenes from the Bible and 650 tiny figures, each as small as a grain of rice, using a magnifying glass. If you enjoy a lively summer atmosphere, Sunny Beach is a destination worth noticing. This resort is often called the Ibiza of Eastern Europe, with a golden, sandy beach more than 8 kilometers long and up to 100 meters wide. Every summer, it turns into an entertainment center filled with bars, music, and international DJs. What makes Sunny Beach different is that its prices are much more affordable than many Mediterranean destinations, so it is often seen as one of the cheapest beach holidays in Europe. But Bulgaria is not only about the sea. Plovdiv is one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities, with a history of more than 8,000 years. As you walk through the old town, you will see layers of Thracian, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman architecture existing side by side. The most impressive landmark is the ancient Roman theater, a structure that is still used after nearly 2,000 years. Visitors can sit under the moonlight and watch a performance in a place that once belonged to the ancient world. Finally, there is Nesebar, the jewel of the Black Sea. This small island is connected to the mainland by a narrow causeway and is famous for its dense concentration of churches. After earthquakes in the past, 1/3 of the ancient city is believed to have sunk into the sea. On days when the water is clear, visitors can dive near the shore and see city walls and ruins resting silently beneath the blue water. Bulgaria is not just a small country on the southeastern edge of Europe. This is a place where rose fields can produce some of the world's most expensive essential oil, where yogurt has become a source of national pride, and where ancient cities still preserve the traces of many civilizations that once passed through. But beside that beauty, Bulgaria also reveals very different sides of life. Controversial customs, strange festivals, a low cost of living, and even the things travelers need to be careful about when they arrive. After all, Bulgaria is not a destination that can be understood through a few travel photos alone. It is a country with many layers of stories, beautiful, unusual, and thought-provoking at the same time. If this video gave you a new perspective on Bulgaria, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below to tell me, what did you find most unbelievable about this country?